My dreams are nightmares. How can I sleep? You got the gun against me.
What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Elite Collection 79 Daniel Bryan. And so here we have Daniel Bryan posed and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories really fast, because he does come with quite a bit. Daniel Bryan does come with two different head sculpts. We do get his shaven head, which looks nice. I do like the way this came out. And then we do get his bearded long hair head, which is of course another great look for the figure. He comes with 4 sets of hands. We do get a pair of fists. We get a pair of grip hands. We get a pair of opened hands. Then we get a pair of yes pointing hands. Other than that, Daniel Bryan doesn't come with anything else, which I think he comes with just enough. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually have a closer look at Daniel Bryan. And so here we have a closer look at Daniel Bryan, and Mattel went back and reused a very old Daniel Bryan head sculpt for this figure. It's not at all a bad sculpt. When I first saw it, I thought it wasn't going to look good, but looking at it with the Real Effects face printing, it's actually a really solid sculpt, and I really can't complain too much about it. If there's one thing I do have an issue with, is that his beard isn't quite long enough for the match that he's supposed to be portrayed from. His beard should be just a little bit longer, but that's perfectly okay. I am alright with it. And like I said, it looks really nice. I thought it wasn't going to look as much like Daniel Bryan as I thought, but I'm thankful it is. If you're not a fan of the short hair Daniel Bryan, we do get Mountain Man Daniel Bryan, which I think this is still a very fantastic head sculpt. This is my favorite Daniel Bryan head sculpt. The long hair and the beard look really nice. So overall, I am really happy that we got 2 really solid head sculpts with Daniel Bryan, along with several sets of hands, which I think that's the best thing about this figure. He comes with so much for an elite figure. You really do get your money's worth. So having a look at the figure, something we've seen before, nothing too spectacular on this figure. It's just your standard Daniel Bryan body. So we do get the standard musculature on here. We do have the regular arms with the white wrist tape, which look pretty good. Signature look for Daniel Bryan. As far as his trunks go, I really wasn't a fan of later Daniel Bryan looks. I don't really like the green tiger stripes with a brown stripe on it. I think these are some of his worst designs ever. But that's just me in all honesty. And even then, it's a little bit messed up here on the back of mine. You really can't see it too much because the brown kind of does match in to the black. But yeah, it's not the most... what's the word I'm looking for? It's not... wow attire. It's kind of just it's an okay attire. I call them tiger stripes because it looks like tiger stripes right here, but it looks more like just green lines. And yeah, again, I'm not the biggest fan of just the green tiger stripe lines. It looks kind of boring, and I get it, he's the Earth's defender, the Earth's champion, but kind of wanted to see some more flair, some more American Dragon in it. It kind of does feel like he really didn't put too much effort into his ring gear at this point, but it works for Daniel Bryan. He's kind of vanilla when it comes to personality, especially when he's a face. I think his best work is when he's a heel. But yeah, really don't know how to feel about this particular attire. It's there. I guess that's the one thing I can say about it. I'm still blown away by the head sculpt. This is like a 5-year-old head sculpt that looks good by today's standards, so I can't really complain too much about that. And plus, the bearded Mountain Man Daniel Bryan head is also another great addition. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get him compared to other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have Daniel Bryan posing next to an Ultimate Edition's Brock Lesnar and a basic Jeff Hardy. And finally, here we do have the Elite 79 Daniel Bryan posed next to the Elite 73 Daniel Bryan. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually move on to his articulation. And Daniel Bryan does sport the standard Elite articulation. If you're not sure what that is, let's run through it really fast. Daniel Bryan does have a ball joint at the head, which unfortunately the way his head sits down, you really can't look that far up, and he does look down slightly. We do get some pretty impressive head tilt, and of course does turn left and right. And one thing I do like is how easy this head pops off the torso. There are some figures where you really have to fight putting it on and off, but yeah, it just nicely pops on and off, and there's a satisfying pop to it, so I really do like that. Arms do go all the way around, no problem, although this arm kind of does resist me going back, which is a little bit unfortunate. I might have to take a look and see what's going on inside, but the arms do go out to the side, no problem. He does have a bicep swivel. We have a single bend at the elbow. His wrist is really loose. You can see it's very loosey-goosey in there. And I think it's just the wrist, because all the other hands fit in nicely. It's just this one fist. So yeah, that is unfortunate that it is loose, but it would swivel normally and then would have a hinge in it. So that's the way it should work. I don't know what's going on with this. It doesn't even sit in the hand properly. Let's just swap that out for another hand really fast. Grip hand. Oh yeah, that fits much better. So anyway, going on to his articulation, we do have an ab crunch, which does go back and forth really nicely. We get a swivel here at the waist. Legs do kick forward to about there, kick back, out to the side all the way. We do get thigh swivel up high. We have a double bend here at the knee, although his knee pad does hinder articulation. You can work around it because I did paint this part black, so I do like that. We do have a swivel up high in the kick pad, hinge in the foot going back and forward, and then of course we do have rocker ankle. So overall, Daniel Bryan does sport some pretty decent articulation, and I really do like the way the figure came out. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And here we have the Elite 79 Daniel Bryan pose for my final thoughts, and overall I think Mattel has done a fantastic job with this figure. Out of every figure from Elite 79, I really think Daniel Bryan has the most accessories. We get an interchangeable head along with 4 pairs of hands. That's outrageous. We normally only see like 1 or 2 pairs of hands in Elite figures. So I'm really happy that Mattel gave us different hands for Daniel Bryan. The yes hands are very welcome. The grip hands are necessary. The open hands are a nice little nod. And then the fact that we finally get fists on a figure, I'm really happy about. You can't have a wrestling figure and not have them have fists. Come on, Mattel. You got to start doing that with every single figure you release. Now, Daniel Bryan here is a fantastic release and shows what Mattel can do when they really put the effort into a figure. I'm really glad that we did get 2 different head sculpts with this figure, even though we originally got that bearded, long-haired Daniel Bryan in Elite 73. I think it's a nice little nod that they gave it to us in this series as well. That way, if you like long-haired, bearded mountain man Daniel Bryan, you can have that one on your shelf if you missed that previous figure. Now, I'm not a fan of his ring gear. I think there's other ring gears that he's worn that look so much better than this. It's one of the lazier ring gears in my honest opinion, but it's still a pretty okay figure in terms of detailing. So with that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other WWE videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video, and ignore the train. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.